The central Queensland seat of Flynn, based around the port city of Gladstone, is home to heavy industries and takes in surrounding farming and coal mining communities.
We need coal-fired power stations for some time yet before and if we transition to an alternative energy source.
With the retirement of sitting Nationals MP Ken O'Dowd, former state member Colin Boyce is the party's candidate to replace him.
I'm a grazier. I'm a farmer. I've lived the better part of my life heavily involved in agriculture, and I'm doing it right now.
And I certainly encourage you to get your message out to the world about how good coal is for our country.
Flynn is one of the regional Queensland seats that swung against Labor in 2019, when protests against the Adani mine became a lightning rod and the Nationals campaigned on a pro-coal platform.
The future for our country can be secured, and what we have done in the past will be built here in central Queensland again. I can't wait.
But this election, Colin Boyce is being asked to sell a very different message: the Coalition's net zero policy on carbon emissions. "730 spoke to him in November after he was pre-selected.
I'm not a great believer in the net zero policy per se. Mr Morrison's put forward a plan that's got flexibility, and he will not legislate, he will not demand that people take up particular courses of action, and that is a flexibility that's built into his plan.
2 weeks ago, he made headlines for appearing to question the government's commitment to net zero.
Zero net carbon emissions by 2050, Morrison's document is a flexible plan. It leaves us wiggle room as we proceed into the future.
Yeah, well, the net zero thing is all sort of dead anyway. It's all over.
What our candidate in Flynn was talking about is how we get there. He wasn't talking about the commitment himself, and he's clarified that today. Our commitment to net zero by 2050 is a commitment of the Australian government that I made in Glasgow. It is the government's absolute policy.
Since making those controversial comments, Colin Boyce told 730 he was too busy to be interviewed. Mr Boyce, Michael Atkin here from ABC 730.
Hello.
Do you regret casting doubt on net zero during the height of the election campaign? Could that cost the Liberals seats in Sydney and Melbourne?
Last time the Labor Party wouldn't say coal. I have got a strong record of supporting the coal industry.
Yeah, g'day, it's Matt Burnett here, Labor candidate for the federal seat of Flynn. How you going?
Labor's candidate, Gladstone Mayor Matt Burnett, senses an opportunity.
Biggest issue we're hearing in the community at the moment is access to GPs,
but with a margin of 8.7%, taking the seat won't be easy.
Childcare, aged care, Medicare, they're the big 3 issues that they want to focus on, and I'm focused on those. So my plan is to win this time round. I want to win on the primary vote.
Labor's challenge is winning back voters who deserted the party in 2019. This area of South Gladstone is considered an ALP stronghold, but the swing against it was 11%, with most of those votes going to minor parties. At Central FC soccer training, the players are competing hard. What are you weighing up?
Basically, yeah, costs of living, that sort of thing. What each group's bringing to the table in the future, that's going to be a big thing.
At least one is considering switching his vote from the LNP to Labor.
I think I just picked ScoMo because he was sort of that man of the people looking character, you know.
Why are you leaning towards Labor?
I've just seen a lot of advertising about the benefits towards healthcare and, you know, just the Medicare system, everything in general.
I'm still undecided. I have no idea which government will be better.
Salon owner Aman Dillon is worried about a shortage of skilled staff and the rising cost of doing business.
You can get big texture, but we don't make too fine one.
She voted Labor last time, but is leaning towards the Morrison government because of the financial support it provided during the pandemic.
I'm very happy because when COVID started, We were very confused what to do, how long it will be keep going. It was great help. They done a lot for all the business.
Well, we're a Blackwater coal mine here, and as you can see, the job rocks.
Labor candidate Matt Burnett is walking a tightrope, arguing his pro-coal stance can coexist with support for net zero emissions, which he believes will drive growth of new industries like hydrogen.
It is an exciting future. There's jobs to be had.
What about parts of the Labor Party where they think climate change is the biggest issue?
I think there's parts of every party that think climate change is the biggest issue.
One Nation rode a wave of disenchantment here last election, picking up almost 20% of the primary vote. This time, Clive Palmer's United Australia Party is running a highly visible campaign attacking vaccine mandates and the government's net zero policy.
You see Barnaby, like he just rolls over every time. Like when the Liberal Party say something, he rolls over. They say, you know, you've got some great people, even Matt Canavan, but at the end of the day, their leaders still are pushing for net zero.
I'm here at the Boyne Island Tenham Sands Medical Centre.
At a small press event, 7:30 asked Nationals candidate Colin Boyce if he stood by his comments on net zero or if he regretted them.
The Liberal National Government has made a commitment to reach net zero by 2050.
And
That's a fact.
Will you back that in government?
So should I become the member for Flynn, I will be part of a team that has made that commitment. I will be defending the industries and the jobs of the Flynn electorate.
Have you been pulled into line?
I remain a candidate for Flynn, and as I said, if I become part of that team, that is the commitment that the Liberal National Government has made.
Yeah, I just want to...
At the Calliope Central Bowls Club, the candidates are making their pitch over schooners and snacks. Minor party preferences could be crucial to the outcome here. In a blow to Labor, both the UAP and One Nation are preferencing Colin Boyce ahead of Matt Burnett.
This election is centred around national security, economic security and energy security.
There's three big issues. Along with the cost of living, it's aged care, childcare and Medicare. And that's because we care, we will fix all three. Cheers.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.